All right. This video is long overdue. I apologize. I should have made this video probably April, anywhere the week of April 23rd or after the movie came out. And the movie came out sometime late April. It's about Mortal Kombat 2021. To get to the point, to show you guys that, I was actually playing the game. This game is so shit. But I don't want to talk too much about the game. We already know what it is. I already told you guys everything that you need to know about the game. And if you guys still play that shit, well, not just play it, but support NRS and still hope for a Combat Pack 3 and, you still think it's a good game, in my opinion, you should be fucked up. You should be beat down, if you ask me, because you're stupid and you don't do the world any fucking good. But anyway, fix this necklace. This shit look bad. Not that I give a fuck. I just don't want, Hold on for a second. Anyway, that's not important. My opinion of Mortal Kombat, the movie, the one that just came out in 2021, this year, was complete dog shit. It was actually a letdown. I'm still over here with this necklace. There we go. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I just want to make sure I look right for myself. I don't give a fuck about what people think. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 2021 was complete dog shit, complete letdown. It's actually the biggest disrespect to us MK fans. I mean, real OG MK fans. Besides MK11. MKX was actually disrespectful to us too as far as the story, but the game was actually pretty good. The game was actually good in the sense that it actually took skill. You couldn't just cheese your way. You had to lab. You had to do good. It wasn't cheap shit in the game that, you could just forever get away with, whatever. If you won, you felt like you actually dominated or you have skill. In this MK11 game, it's complete. It's just, honestly, I feel like anybody at NRS who worked on MK11 should be fucked up, if you ask me. That's my honest opinion. I also feel that whoever worked on the MK movie, the Mortal Kombat movie that came out in 2021, should be fucked up too. Anybody. I'm talking about anybody who wrote the movie, anybody who fucking directed the movie. I'm almost willing to say the actors too, because see, if you think about it, if you go back in time, the actors actually said in interviews, oh yeah, we played the game when we were younger, I love this game and this and that, blah, 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 and if you really love the game, then why would you, as the actor or actress, allow yourself to be saying certain things or to let certain things in the story fly if you really was a fan of the game? If you're a fan of the game, at some point you're gonna become aware of the lore. And, more than likely, if you play the game, you're gonna have yourself liking some kind of character, one of the characters in the game. So why would you allow yourself to fucking act out lines or whatever in the movie if you really cared about the game? That just shows that you either are lying or you're just doing whatever the fuck for the money and fuck the lore. And basically, if you boil it down, even below that, essentially, you don't give a damn about us fans. So not only that, you don't give a damn about the fact, and I'm not just talking about the actors and actresses at this point either. I'm talking about the director, the writer, the producer, whoever worked on this movie. You don't give a shit about us. How? Okay, I make it simple. The original Mortal Kombat movie, we fell in love with the movie because, even though I'm speaking generally, but I feel like I'm right. We love the Mortal Kombat first movie in 1995 because we couldn't believe that a movie was actually made. It was actually made of our favorite video game. The video game blew us away. The video game to me was like the one thing, the game or whatever that we always wanted to happen in life, and it actually happened. I'm just being honest, right? Okay. So in 1995, we were so geeked up and so amped over the fact that we actually have a real, live interpretation of the franchise or the character Scorpion or whoever, that we accepted it. We didn't give a damn, even though we did give a damn. We was like, all right, we just let it slide. The fact that it didn't have no blood, it didn't feel like Mortal Kombat the game, right? I'm talking about the first one. It didn't feel like Mortal Kombat the game, but we were just so excited to see our yellow ninja, or Blue Ninja, and just to hear Liu Kang talk and Johnny Cage talk, what I mean? Like, we were so happy to see that shit. And fast forward to now, because I didn't mention the other movie, and I did that on purpose. Now we got this movie coming out that just came out this year. I'm gonna share my actual thoughts. All right, first off, how the fuck in 26 years this is what you come out with? This is what you come out with. This goes to show you stupid motherfuckers that don't get by now that corporations and nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your fucking love for a franchise or anything you like. Nobody cares. All they care about is taking your money. They care about taking your fucking money. And they don't give a fuck about any story. You know what? Even more so, the people who create the franchise for you to fall in love with in the first place don't give a fuck about you. Because if they did, for example, Ed Boon, if he gave a damn about you, you think he would allow that movie to come out, this movie that just came out on April 23rd, you think he would have allowed that movie to come out the way it did? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, how the fuck, right? In 26 years, this is the story they come up with. This is the aesthetic of the movie that they come up with. Number one, first and foremost, Mortal Kombat, the theme song for the movie and for the Mortal Kombat period, is one of the, in my opinion, probably the best theme song ever, or one of the top 5 theme songs of all fucking time. And you think, because see, a movie is basically the highest form of delivering the story to the main general audience. So you think Scorpion or whoever, Shiva or Sindel looks good in a video game. The movie is supposed to show them in the best fucking dopest way possible. And this is what we got. The movie not only disrespected you by not even including the Mortal Kombat theme song in the beginning, but it starts off with the killing of both Hanzo and his family. And the acting in this movie was total shit. It was so total, it was disrespectful. Number one, you have Scorpion with his wife, and he's telling his wife how much he loves her and this and that. Beyond that, since when did Scorpion have a daughter? Think about it now. And the reason why he has a daughter, because it has to fit this new story, this new thing that they fucking concocted for a movie. A new take on the story. Goes to show how much they don't give a fuck about you and us. And this writer, Greg Russo or whatever, and another person who helped him out was the person who directed Wonder Woman 1984. And you see what kind of shit that was. If they cared about the franchise and respected Mortal Kombat and knew how valuable Mortal Kombat is to entertainment, they wouldn't have even allowed a first-time movie director to direct a film. Think about it. But anyway, the movie not only starts off without the theme song. When Sub-Zero comes about on the screen, people who knew the franchise and know the lore, hence what the writer claimed that he knew, and he truly doesn't, because he wouldn't have made that shit happen the way it did. But anyway, as soon as Sub-Zero came on the screen, they shouldn't have had his face exposed, if you ask me. They should have had him dressed in a way where it looked like it could be the actor who plays Sub-Zero, but it could have had some kind of like, I guess some veins on the side of his head or whatever, some shit to make it look like it's him, but us who know the lore know it's really not. It's really Quan Chi. That's what they should have did. And he should have wore his mask. He shouldn't have took it off. Okay. Also, the baby situation. This goes to show how stupid the writing was and how horrible the writing was and how lazy they were when making this movie, because in 26 years, this is the writing that you come up with. So not only does Scorpion have a fucking daughter that he never had, the family put the daughter, they hid the daughter, right? Now, I do like what they did. If you look closely at the movie, the wife, Scorpion's wife, mentions that it's really cold in here out of the blue. I like that part. That was cool. Because it's like, it makes sense, right? Because you know what's coming. You get a sense of what's coming, the danger. But they hide the baby. But you mean to tell me this baby didn't cry not once? It's in fucking darkness under the floor. And he hears, my bad, not he, the baby, she hears this commotion. And that baby doesn't cry. It's in total darkness, but it doesn't cry. Not only that, the acting as far as the Scorpion's son, Jubei, he's just sitting there stone-faced, and he does this little move in front of Sub-Zero, and like, this motherfucker, he feels he's about to be killed along with his mom. And this is the acting that you get? Okay, so whatever. So fast forward, Scorpion comes back. Now that scene when he runs back and the buckets of water falls, I thought that was dope. I like that. But when Hanzo comes back, he sees his family murdered. And you mean to tell me this is all that he can emote? This is the acting that we got in this movie? He's just sitting there and he's like no tear. Like you don't really feel that he's fucked up about it. You don't feel it. So from what I remember, because I saw this movie so long ago, I just tried to put it out of my mind. You got Hanzo come back, no tears or no nothing, right? You really don't feel that he's just destroyed by this. He does his little, scene with, killing off the Lin Kuei ninjas, which was cool, but I don't like how the Lin Kuei soldiers were costumed. I don't like the design. I thought it was shit, but whatever. That's a little minor nitpick of mine. So fast forward. So you have Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Now, I say Scorpion and Sub-Zero for a reason, because looking at this shit, they don't show any emblem of a scorpion on his costume or his clan or nothing. So towards the end of the movie, where the fuck does he get the name Scorpion from? Because they didn't show him with a scorpion or nothing like that in hell. Where did that come from? They didn't film none of that. Like, where's this coming from? These are the writers that we have in the fucking movie? So anyway, if you ask me, the scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero when they're fighting in the beginning, when Sub-Zero kills Scorpion, they show Bihan stab Scorpion somewhere up here, right? This might kill somebody, but why not show an even more deadlier attack on Hanzo to show that he's going to be dead? Right? Like, okay, cool. He could bleed out to death from pulling the whatever out. But, like, they could have shown his head ripping off or, being ripped off, which is the classic fatality of Sub-Zero. And mind you, they said this movie's going to go all out. It's going to be R-rated and all. Man, this shit was soft as fuck. This shit could have been on Sci-Fi. This shit could have made it on Sci-Fi. Real talk. On the Sci-Fi channel. So, anyway, I guess they didn't do the head rip or whatever. So that they could, go along with this new story of, okay, so Scorpion, he's going to die after he hears his baby daughter crying, who didn't cry at all at any point in time before that. And if that baby would have cried, we already know what would have happened. So on and on and on. I could go into even more detail about this movie, but I'm going to try to make it even more sped up. So if you ask me, I thought Sonya Blade was perfect. I think she's sexy as hell, by the way. The Sonya Blade in this movie, she's fucking fine as shit to me. But the main problem, if you ask me, in this movie, some of the main problems is that, one, the acting is shit, the lines are shit, how they wrote it doesn't make sense. Okay, so you have Shang Tsung. How did he design Outworld? Because I know many people have already talked about this. This whole rant review has been done to death about this movie. And I should have did this earlier. I apologize, like I said before. But anyway, how did design this movie was so fucking shit. Like, okay, so Outworld is just barren. It has no kind of like anything out there that makes you feel like, oh wow, this is Outworld. This is dope, man. I like how this is. You know, like there's nothing like that. It's just like you could tell, all right, they was really trying to be frugal with the money. Like you could tell this shit. All right, so this is how Outworld's supposed to look. Also, why the fuck do they make this long ass bridge or whatever walkway for Sub-Zero or whoever the jobbers to walk down and go talk to Shang Tsung? Also, Shang Tsung looks like shit. I get that they're trying to be ethnically true to the characters and all that stuff, whatever, but the design choices were shit, if you ask me, for a good portion of the characters. The only design choices I think that were cool, outside of Liu Kang's white top, which shouldn't have happened at all, because that's like reminiscent of Ryu, a totally different franchise, was Sonya Blade, Jax was okay, and Liu Kang. Everybody else was shit, if you ask me. If you ask me, because number one, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, their colors were muted as hell. They were muted as hell. You couldn't really tell, okay, this is the yellow ninja, and that's the blue ninja. Like, what the fuck? You know, I get it. Like, I get keeping a movie dark, make it dark. I agree. But, come on. This is Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Put more colors on that shit, right? Keep it dark, but make the costumes stand out a little bit more like the games. You know what I'm saying? But still keep it dark, if you know what I mean. But Sonya Blade I thought was perfect as far as costume-wise. I couldn't stand Kung Lao's costume. And the reason why I couldn't stand it, because I couldn't get past his hat. His hat, if you look at it, the way his hat was, it didn't, like the top part, I don't know what that's called, the top part didn't fully fit the circumference of his head. It was like kind of up. And also too, Kung Lao's brim has never been slanted like that. It's always been straight across. So where the fuck they get this slanted brim from? Anyway, yeah, I got Melina, like, okay, so there was no reason to change Melina to be black. There was no reason. As soon as I saw that, I felt that this movie's gonna be shit, but I was hoping to the universe that doesn't happen, that's not the case, because you mean to tell me in 26 years, this is what you get? This is what you get to produce to us. This is what we deserve. In 26 years, this is what we deserve. I'm gonna make some more content added to this video about the movie, but I'm gonna stop right here. I'll be right back.